Hey everyone, I'm actually too tall for the teleprompter, so forgive me if I keep looking down. But here I go. Hello, my name is Avi Pacheco. I use he, him, and she, her pronouns, and I'm a proud HRC youth ambassador. I was born with the name Sophie Povave and raised by a single mother of 6 from Western Samoa in her favorite city, San Diego, California. Oh yeah, go San Diego. I had a very loving family, deeply rooted in our Samoan culture, where family is above all else. I was the second youngest of my siblings and a natural scholar. Starting in 2nd grade, I told my mom I wanted to be a doctor, and I meant it, bringing home straight A's year after year. She never asked me to, but I did it because I wanted to make her proud. She was everything to me. However, as loving as my family was, they were also very homophobic, stemming from their religious beliefs. And any sign of femininity from me resulted in discipline and threats saying that I'd be beaten up and kicked out if I ended up gay. I felt like something was wrong with me, like I was a mistake. And with those homophobic ideals left unchallenged at both home and school, I adopted those beliefs as valid, so I did whatever it took to blend in. At the age of 15, I came home from school to see my mom sitting on the floor in the dark with a blank stare and half of her face drooping. My mother had suffered a stroke. She survived, but suddenly the strongest woman I knew could no longer speak and lost function in half of her body. When my younger sister and I took responsibility of our mom's care and rehabilitation, a state of depression took over. I suffered from constant suicidal thoughts, and I didn't believe I'd make it through the year. It was a remarkable English teacher by the name of Heather Anderson who noticed this and took the time to reach out. I was very private about my home life, but she encouraged the truth and with open arms made me feel safe. I poured my heart out, and as a result, I received overwhelming support from the staff at my school, Health Sciences High, who gathered donations that funded my family's living expenses for the rest of sophomore year. Kindness that I will eternally be grateful for. But more than that, they made sure school was a safe space for me, the first space where I was free to challenge the ideals I was taught to believe. I had huge Polynesian hair that came down to my waist, which was always pulled back or braided around family, constantly cautious of my mannerisms so that I wouldn't seem too feminine. But at school, I would let my hair down and walked like the diva I knew I was. And still am. However, on the 2nd day of my junior year, when I was at the age of 16, my mother's fight sadly came to an end. Immediately after my mother's funeral, my sister and I were taken away from my older siblings and sent to Honolulu, Hawaii, where we were placed in the care of a father who had been absent our entire lives. Suicidal thoughts became a daily battle for me, and our mom's passing was treated like something we needed to forget. However, there was still some good to come. My senior year, I enrolled in Senior Project, a self-driven high school course where you educated yourself on a topic of your choice and presented your findings to the Board of Education in order to graduate with honors. So I decided to do my project on drag queens. Yes, honey, drag queens. I got connected to Hawaii's Life Foundation, their biggest HIV/AIDS prevention group, where I met a trans social worker by the name of Gia Pacheco, who also happened to be the local drag artist, Gia Versace. Together, and as a product of my project, we created the Beauty Blossom Workshop, a sisterhood group dedicated to uniting and educating trans youth in Hawaii. We bonded over the experience, and Gia became my drag mother, which means she became my mentor and guide as I learned the art of drag. She let me live with her and introduced me into Hawaii's community of queens who showered me with guidance and unconditional love. I even developed my own drag persona, Aviana Versace. Yeah. In short, I went from living a very closeted life to living one of the most colorful and queer ones imaginable. And I was happy. So I presented my senior project to the Board of Education and received one of the best scores in the entire school, a grade that gave me just enough to graduate on time. I was unable to seek a higher education, but I did find a new purpose. I became a public speaker, sharing my story at schools and conferences to open hearts and change minds the way I did for my family, and to encourage self-acceptance in all LGBTQ+ youth. Self-acceptance to me is being able to own who you are by embracing the qualities that make you different and being able to see the obstacles in your life, no matter how sad or painful, as opportunities to learn, grow, and inspire change. To symbolize my journey towards understanding this, I legally changed my full name. I took my drag mother Gia's last name to honor her for nurturing my second chance at life. I took my birth mother's middle name to always remember her strength and love. And I adapted my drag persona for a first name that was entirely me. Today, I am Avi Newlin Pacheco, and I am a proud, strong, and resilient advocate and a youth ambassador for the Human Rights Campaign. The groundbreaking politician and activist Harvey Milk said, "All young people, regardless of sexual orientation or identity, deserve a safe and supportive environment in which to achieve their full potential." If it wasn't for people like my former teacher, Heather Anderson, the staff at Health Sciences High School in San Diego, and role models in Hawaii's queer community like Gia Pacheco, I would not be alive today. To the educators, counselors, social workers, after-school program staff, healthcare professionals, all others working as allies for LGBTQ+ youth, and my fellow activists, it is our responsibility to reach out and show our support. Make it visible and make it known. Openly reject hatred and discrimination against queer and other marginalized youth set forth by outdated policies, laws, and societal standards of norm, and fight for spaces of inclusion, diversity, and love. Together, we can work towards a future where no LGBTQ+ youth are made to feel like a mistake, so that they too can achieve their full potential, so that they too can flourish, so that they too can thrive. Let us create a better future now. Thank you.